After midsummer in 2015, we headed out for a trip around the Baltics, on board Sabina, my 35-foot sailing sloop. Our plan was to sail to Ventspils in Latvia first, and then continue from there to the Estonian islands and the Väinö Sea. The first day the wind was blowing from the south, so we had to motor all day. It wasn't a problem for us. The sun was shining and it was warm enough. We were taking turns at the helm, but by the end of the day we were getting tired and decided to stay on Aspe, a small island with an old fishing village in the outer archipelago of Finland. It's a nice place to spend one night, and the harbor is pretty decent. The following morning the wind direction had changed, and we could actually sail. It was great to hoist the sails and get going. We were heading towards Ventspils again. And we were leaving the last rocks of the archipelago behind us and getting to open sea. Towards the evening, the wind started to freshen up. This was no problem for us, it just made sailing a little bit more exciting. However, the wind also changed direction and started to blow from the south at around 25 knots. We decided we wouldn't make it to Ventspils after all, and turned around towards east and Hiiumaa, a major Estonian island. In the morning, after about 24 hours at sea, we arrived at Kärla, the capital of Hiiumaa, and took a cab to the city. The city didn't impress us much. It might have had something to do with the weather as well. After 2 nights resting in Kärla, we set sail again and sailed to Haapsalu, a major city on the mainland. The city has a great marina. I had some friends come over and we had a great evening together on the boat. The following morning, maybe with a slight hangover, we took the guys for a day sail to the island of Vorotsi, just off Haapsalu.
Joo, niin Santorini ja siitä niin Kreetalle päin oleva saari oli semmoinen, ollut yhtä saarta. Ja siellä pystyy katsomaan sitä, kun se on asunut noissa.
After that, my sister Kata, who would spend a few days with us, arrived from Finland. She was supposed to be joined by Rose and Milla, but they had had bad luck with flights and were stuck in Riga for a few more hours. They made it to Haapsalu that same evening, all the same. The next day, we set sail again heading southwards. We were going to Muhu, a smaller island off the west coast of Estonia. We noticed the boat's a bit small for 5 people, but got used to the tight space quickly. Muhu was a good day sail away, and we spent the time teaching Milla some knots, with variable success. He's getting pretty good at the helm already. After a few hours, we were finally approaching Muhu and the harbor of Kuivastu. We didn't really know anything about Kuivastu, except there is a marina there, and so there was actually a really good marina. The problem was there's not much else. Just a ferry terminal and harbor for the ferries between the island and the mainland. Again, it's good for a night stay, but there's not much to see or do close by. We were running low on some important provisions, especially toilet paper, so we were really happy to find a small shop next to the harbor office. The marina also has good showers and saunas, so after freshening it up, it was time to cook dinner. The weather had finally turned warmer, and it was a glorious evening. We could finally eat out in the cockpit. The next morning we set sail towards Kuressaare, the capital of Estonia's biggest island, Saaremaa. The wind was a bit shifty, so we ended up motoring about half the distance. It was a long day. We arrived around 11:30 p.m. The entrance to the harbour is spectacular. A passage has been dug between two sandbanks, and the channel's just about 10 meters wide, so steering is a bit important here. Hundreds of cormorants and seagulls populate the banks on both sides. The next morning we set out to visit the Bishop's Castle, which is just next to the marina. Teppo and Kata stayed on the boat to pack up. The castle houses a great museum about the communist oppression of Estonia. Clearly, the people are not happy about that episode of history. After checking out the castle, we got some local Baltic fish for lunch.